Okay, guys, we're going to show you how to execute these things like we did in class using GeoGebra, okay? We're going to look at this one problem from the worksheet, problem number 3. And again, I'm going to make a clarification here, and I'm going to tell you right here. I'm going to tell you this is a square. That will save you a little bit, so bear that in mind. Now, you need to be able to do this both by hand and with GeoGebra, okay? So first, now we're going to go and we're going to do it using GeoGebra so that you get acquainted with the tools, okay, and can review that when you may have problems, okay? I've opened GeoGebra. Now remember, everybody needs to have signed in. You sign in with your Google account. You sign in with your Google account, okay? I have a completely clean slate here. I have a completely clean slate, okay? And I want to see, you may not even have these tools open. So these tools that I want are with this, what's called here, the toggle style bar, the circle triangle bar tool. Click that on. It allows you to put your axes in, and it also allows you to put your grid in, and we're putting the square grid in, okay? All right, so there we have that. Now, we want to plot the points from our exercise here, okay? So you would have those in front of you, and you'd be able to plot those in, okay? So let's come back. We'll execute plotting those in for you, okay? What you may or may not have is the toolbar that's the input bar that's open down here, okay? So I'm going to come to my triple bars. That's where I get a lot of my menu items, okay? I'm going to go to the view option, and I'm going to make sure that my input bar is turned on. I'm going to make sure that my input bar is turned on, okay? Next, I want to start plotting the points. Now, I'm going to plot the points putting the coordinates in, okay? I'm going to plot the points putting the coordinates in the input bar, okay? Now, before I initiate that, I want to do a couple things that are going to make things a little easier for me, okay? So I'm coming back to my menu bar here. I'm going to my options, which should be right down here. Got to move my recorder box out. My options. In my options, I'm going to labeling, and I want to make sure that I have the last item checked here. New points only. New points only. Okay? Now, let's come down. Now, having that checked, come down to my input bar. Shift 9 will put the parentheses in, and I'm putting my coordinates in. -1, 6. Okay? I enter it, and there's my point plotted with the letter A attached to it. Okay? I do that for the rest of the points. B is at 3, 3. Okay? Enter that. That's plotted in for me. Okay? C is at 6, 7. 6, 7 is point 6, is point C plotted out for me. Okay? And point D is 2, 10. 2, 10 is point D that's going to be plotted out for me. Okay? So here's my points A, B, C, and D. Now, all right, I'm going to come up, construct segments from each of the points so I can see my square. So you can see coming back, the segment tool, when you click it on at the bottom of this screen, it says select 2 points. So select A, D, select D, C, select C, B, and select B, A. Okay? All right, so there's my square. I want to know what the lengths of the sides of the square are. Okay? So this tool here is my measuring tool. Click it. I want to measure lengths. Okay? What's it say? It says select a segment, and up pops the length. Select, click, select, click, select, click, select, click. Now, I can easily see that this is a square. I can easily see the perimeter is going to be 5 added 4 times, so that's going to be a perimeter of 20, okay? Um, Now, if you are doing this by hand, you need to find the lengths using the distance formula. Now, I want to see the coordinates of these points because it's the coordinates I need for the distance formula. So I have to do a right click on the point. I got to go to the option properties. Within the option properties, I have to click on the value and the name, the value and the name, okay? And when I do that, click on the value and the name, it should put my coordinates up in there. I tried this again for that. Object properties, okay? Show label and name and value, okay? And there's my coordinates, okay? And object properties, show name and value, okay? And there it is, okay? Somebody had asked, why can we do that all at the same time? Well, there's a puzzle. Somebody can figure that out for me. Maybe give you a little bonus, okay? So, all right, by hand, what you have to do when you go to that worksheet, okay, when you go back to this worksheet and you have to do them by hand, what you got to do is you got to use the distance formula between any 2 points to find its length, okay? And because I'm telling you it's a square, okay, because I'm telling you it's a square, and because you know that a square is going to have all sides equal, if you find one side, you found all sides, okay? So there is a little refresher of what we did in class, so you can watch that and stop it at whenever you feel, so that you get comfortable with using this GeoGebra tool.